this is my greenhouse right now. It is completely flooded. So how did this happen? Our geothermal greenhouses used to be in the ground, and now they're all built above the ground. And I started building them above the ground. It took me years to figure out how to create plans where you could do everything above the ground that we used to have to do below the ground. And a big reason for moving them below ground was because the price, because it's way cheaper to build above the ground than it is to build below the ground. But if you live in the western United States, where we have pioneer irrigation, there is another reason to build them above the ground, because this is my greenhouse right now. It is completely flooded. It is flooded like this by my neighbors who have pioneer irrigation shares and don't use them. And I was just in here yesterday cleaning this whole greenhouse out because it is time to start planting the autumn crop, because it's now June. So we need to start planting this whole greenhouse because in the geothermal greenhouse, the summer ends on about June 15th with the summer, I can never remember if it's summer solstice or summer equinox. Okay, this is future Caleb sitting here trying to edit this video, and on June 20th, 2025, at exactly 8:41 p.m., it will be summer solstice, and summer solstice is the longest day of the year, and then the day after that, the daylight starts to get shorter every day. After the solstice, a lot of spring crops will either stop growing, or if they're annuals, they'll start their death cycle by trying to go to flower. And so when I say that it's time to plant the geothermal greenhouse for the autumn, what we're talking about is we need to get stuff planted that needs as long as it can, but has to be planted at or near the longest day of the year in order to produce the autumn crop, if that makes any sense. If you have any questions, just post them down below. And while you're at it, like and subscribe this video, please. Please like and subscribe the video. So I was in here working, cleaning this whole thing out. It looks so good. And now this whole thing is completely flooded. And this goes on just repeatedly. You know, I don't know. There's not much I can do about it. I've asked my neighbors. I've complained. So I've given up trying to do anything about it. But this is another reason why we don't build greenhouses below the ground anymore, because all kinds of things can cause flooding like this. And does it hurt the greenhouse? No, it does not hurt the greenhouse. But I certainly can't get in here and do anything today. But, I mean, it's not going to stay flooded like this for very long. Probably in about 48 hours I'll be able to get back in here, but whatever. What can you do? Craziness, huh? It's craziness. Now, updates on other greenhouses. This is a chayote squash. Someone said it looks like you planted a pear in the ground, and I guess it kind of does, but that is the actual squash, and one squash is one seed, and it's coming up. And then Stark Brothers was having a really great sale on asparagus crowns, so I planted some asparagus crowns, and look, and I only planted them like a week ago. They just came in the mail. And then we've got tomatoes and flower in this greenhouse. And The nasturtiums are nasturtiuming all over in this greenhouse. And the grape starts, the grapes and the currants and the blackberries have all rooted out. The willows, of course, have rooted out. These mulberries right here are starting. You can see that they're starting. But these have actual roots on them. They're pretty root bound. So I'm very pleased with that. And got big old tomatoes. I'm still waiting for the first one of the year to ripen. Still waiting. All these tomatoes. Not a ripe tomato yet. So, and then my perennial peppers are doing pretty well. The annual peppers are doing well. Got a bunch of tomatoes over there. Looks like these tomatoes need some water right here. The sweet potatoes I just planted and they're starting to go. I've been out here in this greenhouse I do wild clay pottery. Oh, looks like I have a crack. It does not go all the way through. So maybe this evening, I have a wood-fired kiln. Maybe this evening I will kiln these, get them fired. The asparagus ferns are going into flower. So I'm pretty pleased with everything out here in this greenhouse. Here's some more sweet potatoes, the flowers. My avocado tree is doing nicely. This is my new avocado tree. I'm very pleased about that. So this greenhouse is 16. It has a 6-foot cave space, so it's not a super useful greenhouse. It has a 6-foot cave space at 16 feet. And I have decided to turn it into an orangery. So I have ripped the entire roof off. I've been out here ripping the whole roof off. My beehives have been living in this greenhouse for the past 2.5 years. I've taken all of them out. My bees died in February. This is more stuff that was in here. And then I am changing up some of the insulation. And then I'm going to plant fruit trees. See, there's no roof. I even had to take out the roof beams because we had a 200, that tank, water tank you just saw was sitting in here, and that had to come out. So we had to take the roof beams off the roof and take this water tank. Me and my friend had to take this water tank and throw it over the wall into here to get it out of here. And I was so happy that my friend helped me do that, because look, that tank is huge. That tank is giant. It's a 275 gallon tank. So anyway, it's a work in progress. There's no roof, but when it is done, I'm going to plant trees in the ground directly, citrus trees directly in the ground at 5,200 feet. So another adventure. I've never planted citrus trees directly in the ground before. I'm going to have a single row. I'll probably have my walking path on that side, do a single row probably in a trench, and we'll see how that goes. I'm excited to try it, and I'll let you guys know when I get more progress made. But can you guys even see me? Oh well, I'm here. Wait, before you go, I want to show you something I found on Amazon. Look, 437 wild edible plants. Wild berries, roots, nuts, greens, flowers, and seeds. And I happen to know the author. He looks an awful lot like me. Very handsome, very intelligent, so humble. Could be my twin. Okay, so if you haven't purchased my book yet, go to Amazon and get a copy. Thanks for watching this video. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.